Now, the moment you say, listen, I need a ring, depending on who he is, I mean, if you're a guy that says, I'm waiting for her to say something, he may even be that guy that say, I'm going to buy a ring. And he may somehow pull it on you. I use 8 years as an example because within 8 years, you should pretty much know if she's the person or not the person, because
still deciding.
Still decide. And what if she's the one? Well, at that point, if you bring it up to a guy, most guys will probably say, you know what, let me go ahead and do the right thing. Another guy may say, well, why now? And when you hear that, why now? He never was gonna marry you.
Oh.
Probably wasn't gonna make you his wife. So now you're throwing a curveball in the situation. So now you're like, oh, she want to be married. Ooh. Now he gonna hit you with, well, what kind of ring you want? I know you want a big one. Because that's gonna buy me some time. Say, I know I ain't got but so much money. So if she want a 2-carat ring, that's gonna be about 10, 15. Yeah, girl, I gotta work overtime. So maybe a year. You're gonna buy some time.
Okay. Up front, you're
gonna buy some time. Because you don't want just any. You all that in a bag of chips.
Yeah, I can't have any ring.
I can't give you one that you got to put a magnifying glass. Oh, I see that. I see that carat. Woo, I see it. No, you want somebody so your girls, bang, they just bounce off the light and just blind your girlfriends. Like, oh God, what the heck?
You know how to pick them.
There you go. Because the other thing is, you want to front in front of your girls.
Do we have to floss for our lady friends? I don't know.
Think about it.
Don't accuse me of such a thing.
Okay. Let's say you have 5 friends.
5.
And everybody in their different relationships, they all maybe somebody's dating, somebody's with someone, blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden you come out there with the ring. Then the other 4 are looking at you like.
But I didn't show it to them now.
You didn't show it to them?
They just so happened to see it because I was like, I was like this. I was like, hey, y'all. And
oh, yeah, but you threw the hand up. Hey, y'all.
I did.
So now, girl, you got that?
This whole thing.
And now you're going to have problems because now that guy's going to have a problem because now you're going to say, how's the man going to get married and get a ring? And then they're going to start calculating, wait a minute, she been with him. This you've been with him for 4 years.
Yeah.
I've been with this dude for 6 years. He ain't give me nothing.
So I'm creating problems.
You're creating problems. Because when you get home, when they get home, what you doing? He gonna get caught off guard. He gonna sit there with some Fritos in his lap, looking at the Wizards game or looking at a Golden State Warriors game.
That's what he normally do.
Just sitting there with his drawers on, eating some chips, drinking some beer. Boom, we don't ring at. What? We talking about we don't ring at? My girl got her ring. I've been with, and listen, her man was on with her. Half the time you with me. We gonna make this right. Now, what? Why I got to do with us? Isn't our stuff working out perfectly? Aren't we good? Well, we were good until I saw that ring.
Yeah.
So now I don't want to feel like I'm being left out of the situation. So then you cause a problem with your girls, and now that's gonna change the relationship because they're gonna be like, she getting married now, then she gonna start hanging with other married people, and we ain't married, and blah blah blah.
Because I can't keep hanging out with y'all single ladies trying to do single girl stuff. I mean, where they do that at? I gotta find my married. I'm getting married now.
Oh Lord, you gonna be married now? Oh Lord.
I was married now.
Yeah,
I have to find my married couple friends who want to do couple friend stuff.
And
that's how we started off as the growth. Now I gotta find a new set of friends.
You gotta find a new set of friends, and that whole growth, and that's part of it because that growth is gonna be uncomfortable for everybody.
Absolutely.
Not only just you, but now the people around you. So now you have to deal with that, and how we start. They're starting funny because the other thing is about men. We're creatures of habit.
Okay.
We pretty much do the same damn thing constantly. We mess up because you say, wait a minute, he's shaving on Tuesdays now. He only shave on Thursdays. Why he shaving on Tuesdays and Thursdays? And wait a minute, why he getting all dressed up now? Why he care about how he look now when he go outside? Why he do this? Because we're creatures of habit. And when you see that, you know that something is awry. And that's when you got to ask that question, what's going on? And, now he don't answer your phones anymore. He don't, he a little bit, they got me busy at work.
He busy?
He busy at work. Got me busy.
He used to be available at work.
No. He busy now.
Now all of a sudden, he got the same job. Now all of a sudden, he busy at work. Got some nerve.
I got work. In fact, my boss looking at me crazy saying, get off the phone. I can't mess my money up. So, if he start acting that way, you probably need to find out what's going on
Mm-hmm.
because that means something has changed. But that goes back to it. You hear the stories of women who be with guys for a long time, never, do all the stuff together. Then one day he leaves. And then you're like, "Ah, can't believe he left me." Then in about 6 months, he got married. The same dude that didn't marry you for 10 years, in 6 months, he got married. And then you pissing the bitch.
I did everything right. I just want to start off that with I did everything right.
In fact, you did. You did everything right for him. For him.
Just
Until, not for you, for him. Which goes back to
damn.
you have to know your worth.
Uh-huh.
You have to know your worth. Because if you don't know your worth, then you won't be able to be played like that.
Yeah.
Because, again,
you would have
happy.
made that requirement a long time ago.
Exactly. Now you're mad. But
no, I'm mad.
Oh yeah, you super
already
mad.
know.
You about to bust the windows out of his car, man. You about to
I
cut
found out
tires.
because I saw an invitation through a mutual friend.
Oh.
Yeah. All of a sudden he getting married now.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you like, well, when this happened?
Mm-hmm.
Well, of course, he just found somebody who basically made him man up.
Mm-hmm.
You never made him man up because again, you just let him be happy with whatever's going on.
Mm-hmm.
You accepted. Then he was like, you know what? This ain't going nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I've lost feelings or whatever I have for you. So now you just look for a reason to get out this relationship.
Yeah, because sometimes we just buying time. Yeah.
Buying time.
So
And women do it
to
too.
where it's not messy. Too messy, right? I want to find, let them down easy. Not during the holiday.
Yeah, see, that's the other thing. When women's a little different because if that dude's really into you and you do that to him, that could come back to, he could be crazy. He could be that crazy dude you never even recognized he was crazy until that happens. Because
I hate it. I'm gonna just say that I hate it.
He could be that crazy
dude. Your sanity
dude.
is somehow dependent on me.
Yes.
Like my sanity is never dependent on you.
See, we again, it's hard for men to be emotional because we're brought up not to be emotional. We're brought up to suck. If you get hit by a bus, you better walk it off.
Yeah.
you hop around, you be all right.
I have the potential to snap.
Oh yeah.
That's what you
Oh yeah.
So
if you don't know, if you don't know yourself, and all of a sudden you start to put ownership on you, because to be honest, we think of you. A lot of us, I can't say all, but a lot of us think of you as possessions, women as possessions. It's like your car, my jewelry,
so now
my woman.
I'm your stuff.
Nobody wants.
Woman.
Yeah. Nobody wants to see their woman in somebody else's car. Nobody wants to see their woman. That's my woman. But you didn't want to do what you had to do to keep her your woman.
She not even yours no more. Somehow you were still claiming her.
Still claiming her.
Okay.
And that goes back to being honest, talking to each other, and find what do we do in relationships. What who are we hanging around? Who are our friends? What are we doing? You always, every once in a while, you should just get up one day and look around and say, what the hell am I doing? Just say it out loud. Just stay in the middle of the kitchen and say, what the hell am I doing? And that will make you say, let me look around. What am I doing? Okay, this is going well. This is not. I don't know why this person hanging around. Why am I hanging with this person? And why are these people hanging around me? Because you ask yourself, that kind of snaps you out of the spell that you're in. Because again, this is life. We walk through life and we do what we do. We're cool with it. We're happy with it. At some point, you gotta slap yourself into reality and say, I'm comfortable. I don't ever want to be comfortable because if I'm comfortable, I'm sliding backwards. Okay. And everyone should do that. Yeah. And especially in relationships, you gotta make sure. Someone said one time, if you get married, I don't think you shouldn't even have arguments. Okay, you're going to have a lot of arguments when you get married because the sake of being married, two different personalities.
I mean, when you just go through life,
yes.
Right? Life has different curveballs and you're going to kind of, respond to them different. How could you not have an argument in a marriage?
But we care. But those are people who never seen healthy relationships. Okay. You talk to guys, she should be this, and this. I'm thinking, you look into Waltons. That shit don't exist. That you have to talk to her. You got to know her feelings. Yeah, you got to talk to her, know where she's coming from. She didn't know your feelings, where you're coming from. You got to be honest. Because, again, if you're not honest, now you're living a lie. Because eventually,
that's the growth right there, too, right? Being willing to communicate, to take us to, sometimes the communication is not necessarily to take us to the next level, right? Sometimes the communication is for us to identify that, hey, where we at is where we're gonna stay. Let's leave it right here and move on, or let's go to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
But there's still a bit of growth to say, and just that constant communicating with each other,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm. And I think especially when you talk with young people, I guess young meaning anybody in their twenties and early 30s. They're still new to the dating game and trying to understand the game and all that stuff. So for them, I don't know if they have a clear view on what they're looking for. I think in their head, society says that I should be married, I should have kids, blah blah blah, at a certain age. But that maybe not how you feel. So I don't know if who do they talk to if they have a question. Let's say they got parents who ain't married. It's like, so where do they go? Because I hear a lot of young people like, well, I came from my mama raised me or my daddy raised me, and I see what they going through and blah blah blah. Is that how it is? And
I haven't a clue.
no.
Because generally, well, not generally, a lot of times you're going to see um, a single, the mom who raised their child by themselves
Mm-hmm.
is the grandma and grandpa together type of thing,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's not normally. And so you do wonder, where do you go for guidance?
Mm-hmm.
Where do you go to kind of see that ideal look of what the relationship looks like?
Mm-hmm.
And I think the consensus is you don't. You
Wow.
just don't. And technically, when we say, where do you get that information from? TV,
Oh God.
movies.
Oh God.
When you look at ideal relationships, I'm sorry. Can I do it? The Huxtables?
No, not the Huxtables.
I mean,
Oh
come
Lord.
on. When you think about those TV relationships, because for some people, the dad on TV, what is it, Uncle Phil,
Mm-hmm.
might have been that's Viv, Uncle Phil, that's the marriage you saw.
This is true.
The Huxtables, that's the marriage you saw. Even I can't remember the cop off of Family Matters. What was his name? The Winslows. I mean I love their relationship. That's number
Yes.
one.
And you can't forget Good Times.
Absolutely.
James in Florida.
Yeah. So you did see some interactions as far as a marriage is concerned on TV. If you didn't see that in your household, or in the neighbor's household, so to speak, it was on TV. And those few relationships you saw, probably all you got. I mean, we hear it in the rap songs nowadays, as the guys reference Uncle Phil. Yeah, that's all some of them had was a TV dad, because I didn't have a real dad. And so when you think about guys who only had a TV dad, that means they also had the TV marriage.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's all that you then had.
That's true.
To see that interaction.
That is very true. That's very true.
And if that's all you saw, you missed a lot of elements of a marriage.
So that in turn brings us to the issues we have right now. Since you don't have the true background of how a marriage should work or a relationship should work, then what do you look for out there?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
or more than what do you look for, what do you understand as acceptable behavior? I had a young guy who spoke to me, and he spoke about the ladies princess like mindset. Right? In the sense that the fathers perhaps have groomed the ladies to have a mindset that they're supposed to be receiving and been taken care of like a princess, which is a very nice and noble mindset and thought process, right?
Exactly.
But is that realistic? What I said earlier when it talks about a give and take, if a woman is groomed and thought of to just take because somebody has convinced you that that's what a princess does, she's just spoiled and given to, that's not what princess, like real life, that's a job. You have to take
Exactly.
care of the people who you serve. Um, and it's like the expectations when you walk into um, these relationships.
And that goes back to a real conversation that needs to happen. Because you both, you look at it, she wants to be a princess, he wants to be a prince. There's certain things you should respect each other.
He doesn't even want to be a prince, so to speak. He just wanted to be a man in a regular relationship.
Oh, well,
And
yeah.
he don't even know what's going. Like, he likes the young, the
Yeah.
guys like the young ladies.
But it's
right?
that mentality that they're coming with.
Yeah, and it's like, because from what I understood, the male in that specific situation understands that there is a bit of a representative that we all kind of start off with, right? And perhaps the princess concept is your representative to kind of gauge, where this man's head is at, make sure he treats me nicely, make sure he has the means to properly take care of me. The thing about that is, when does that come off? How can the man just give and feed into? Because a prince, because I'm raising princes also, right? Oh no, they're very taken care of. They're very much so catered to. And so last time I checked, the same person who caters to a prince in a castle, right, caters to the princess. The prince does not cater to and feed the fire of the princess, right? They're not your servant.
No.
Right? So it's a weird expectation going on. And right now, I'm speaking from my brother's perspective, right? Kind of on their back, where it's just like a false expectation coming into the relationship, I guess, is where I'm trying to get to. That there's a very false expectation. Even though we want to build our ladies up to not settle for any old thing.
Yes.
Where do we find that good balance, right?
That goes, I tell you what, you have to have a healthy, strong self-esteem. Everybody should have that, both men and women. But that being the case doesn't mean that everyone needs to cater to you. You carry yourself in such a way that, you're strong, you're independent, you're self-sufficient. But you want someone to open the door for you. You want someone to, take you to a nice restaurant and treat you well. That doesn't mean that someone has to cow down to you per se, but respect you as you respect them. It's a respect thing, actually. It's not even about, I expect you to do this for me. You should say, you know what? If reverse something happens, maybe something's wrong with your card. I'll pay for dinner. But I know that he's gonna feel a certain way, like, I can't have my woman paying for it. I got her next time. Yeah. But you have to know you're dealing with that kind of guy. Yeah. Because you really know the kind of guy you're dealing with. I mean, you talk to him, you kind of, after you get by the initial, I think he's this way, I think he's that way. When you put that guard down, what you see is what you see. And then you're going to understand that he's either going to be that kind of guy who's going to take care of you no matter what, or he's that guy you got to kind of grab. Can I get 15 cents to get a stick of gum? 15 cents? You need 15 cents? Yeah. So, this guy is going to be pulling teeth from him. And then you understand that if he's that way, he may have some other quirks with him too. But if he supports you in a way where, you don't need for anything, or he takes care of you in that particular way, hey, you're going to keep this guy around, because that's his everybody has a quirk. Everybody has their little isms.
Absolutely.
But if you expect him to cow down to you every time, listen, I want them red bottoms over there. No, the dude can't afford red bottoms, but you want them. But he loves you enough that, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and get in debt to get you some red bottoms. And you don't even need them. Yeah. You want to see, see if he'll buy them for me. Then at that point, you got to evaluate. Are you in this relationship for all the right reasons or all the wrong reasons? If you're in this for see what this guy, you can mooch off this guy. To me, it's when you know his situation. Let's say he don't make no money, but you ask for red bottoms.
I mean, he gave them. Y'all trying to call us out there for mooching.
That is
ridiculous. I guess that That right there reminds me of one of our conversations when I spoke to why the guy continues to take from the broken woman that he knows is broken, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of like the female version of
Mm-hmm.
it, right? You
Mm-hmm.
kind of take away from this man who you know can't give, but he's so
Into
he's
you.
yeah, because he wants the emotional side of it.
Yes.
And you're just taken. You've become the taker.
You now have given, this is called a crumb relationship now.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by crumb relationship is you give him just enough
Yeah.
love to
To keep
keep him
him.
thinking that this is going to work out.
Yeah.
But really just give him crumbs.
Yeah.
And
Just enough to get what you need.
just enough.
Until you're ready to kind of cut them off, cut them loose. Yeah.
And to me, that is
Kind of the worst.
the worst.
Yeah.
On both sides.
On both,
If
yeah,
it's-
because
if
the
it's-
men do it too.
men do it all
we
the
just
time.
do it. We each do it different
Yes.
because we show up for different things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And crumb relationships hurts everybody because once that relationship is over, it will be over.
It
Now,
will be over.
It will be over.
Yeah.
And now you have to deal with the aftermath.
Absolutely.
So now he looks at women like she gonna be like such, which goes back to baggage.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone should learn from the relationships, but don't carry it in a bag
Mm-hmm.
as a symbol of a badge of honor. Oh, I've been hurt and I've been treated bad and blah blah blah. Really, nobody gives a damn.
Mm-hmm.
Because everyone has their own badge or story of hurt and woe.
Mm-hmm.
You should learn from it. So learn from the next relationship. Don't be a putz. Don't be an easy touch. Don't be a giver. See what she's offering. If she ain't offering nothing, what you giving something for?
Yeah.
But I think right now people they just want some sort of connection right now. And I don't know. It goes back to really understanding yourself. People got to get back to saying who truly am I? Not what society tells me, not what I think I am, but who am I? What makes me tick? And I think once people do that, once people really understand who they are, we can actually have more healthier relationships, more healthier conversations. But everybody's scared, and especially if you get older. Oh Lord, you get older, it's like I should have known the answers. I'm 40 years old. I should know. I don't need anybody telling me nothing.
Yeah.
Until you realize you're in the same situation you was 40 that you was in your 30s, and now you're 40 now, and you're like, well, when is this going to change? It's not going to change until you change, which means you gotta do the dirty work. You gotta say, okay,
You gotta be willing to grow.
you have to be willing to grow, and you gotta look at the people around you. If you look at the people around you and they haven't changed, that means you haven't changed. There's people literally who have not changed in years, forever. You said they gotten older, gotten fatter, maybe gotten skinnier, but still the same person.
Right.
And they just as happy, but yet it's like they accept their happiness. It's like, this is all I know, and this is how I'm going to be. And that's not the case, because if you're accepting where you are, you stop growing. You stop. You just say, I'm happy with having somebody, part-time. I mean, come on now. You got people with part-time people.
What's part-time? No, I'm sorry. I wasn't
Part-time
expecting
people.
that.
Part-time people are people that fit you in when you can get in. So he may be in a relationship.
Okay.
He may be married.
Okay.
He may be
I
doing
didn't
some
like
other
the
things.
emphasis.
So, we're like, hey, I can come in there, and hang out with you in my time. And he's going to give you just enough time. He don't give you a lot of time because he has time. He has to spend with his main woman, his wife, whatever. But you happy getting
You got
something.
a lot of them.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And you happy.
He's part-time.
He take you out. Oh, we going out to dinner tonight. But after that, after you go and knock them boots, he gone. He gone. He gone.
True.
Girl, he gone.
True.
And you sitting there waiting for the phone call. He gonna call me again. Look at your phone. He gonna call me again. He'll call you at some point when he finds some time
Next
for you.
part-time. He's gonna hit you.
Part-time.
He's part-time and stick around for years.
Oh my God! And women don't have to cheapen themselves like that. They have to really understand where they are.
Some women don't have a lot of time.
Oh Lord! Oh, come
Okay,
on!
no, I'm sorry.
Some no time.
Some of them don't have a lot of time. They like part-timers. I said they be around for years.
And what happens? Again, we go back to your good years, because again, you start to eat into your good years.
It does.
And you get into your 40s, 30s, 40s, and all of a sudden now you looking
for a high valued man now. That's what.
And again, and again, that's your downfall. You don't look for quality men.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about high value.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about any of that because those guys live their lives a different way. And again,
Cultivated themselves a different way.
exactly.
Uh-huh.
So they're not really looking for
Uh-huh.
the type of woman that you think. Well, they're looking for me.
Yeah.
No, not necessarily.
Not
I
necessarily.
mean, if you go to the golf club, when I go to a golf club, I don't see a whole bunch of knuckleheads out there.
Mm-hmm.
I see people out there who, we had conversations, finance, economics, political,
Groomed in a
politics.
certain area.
Yes,
Yeah.
women and, you had those kind of conversations, which is different from the conversation you have someone in a salon or barber shop or anywhere else.
A little more substance.
Yes. Yes. And those guys they want somebody who's going to be able to screw their mind.
Mm-hmm. Right back. Yeah,
Screw
because they coming for you.
They're coming
They
for
gonna
you.
come for you.
And they're going to test you. And the moment you look at them crazy, you start talking about, inflation and politics and all that stuff, they're going to look at you like, well, what the hell is that? And at that point, they're like, Now they done took you from one level to another level. And not a good level. But because at that level, it's like.
now you're boring to them.
You're boring to them.
Girl,
You look
bye.
good, but you're
No,
boring.
you do look good, though. You wore that dress that night. You
Yes,
did that.
You look good.
Did
And I'm going to take
girl.
you out. We're going to go certain places. But I'm not going to take you to the places that you think we're going to go to.
No, I can't.
No.
No, because you got to be able to talk the talk when you're around a certain group of people.
They'll test you.
Yeah.
They will sit there and
in
they'll
a
ask you
smaller
a question.
setting, because you're not going to embarrass me anywhere.
And they can't wait to talk to you.
Yeah.
The guys can't wait to ask you some questions.
Yeah.
And some simple questions to find where you are
Yeah.
in the pecking order.
It's called gauging her.
Ah.
Let me gauge her because we love to gauge the men.
Yes.
That's what we all do.
You have to.
That's
Because you
what
got to
we
see.
all do.
Nobody wants to say, I have a dumb girlfriend or dumb wife or dumb man or dumb husband. You
No,
want to
I mean, we'll take a few dull knives, though.
Yeah, you may be a little dull, a little confused.
We like to sharpen them up, so to speak, sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But not a high-valued woman.
No.
Yeah.
No.
At least I don't think. I
No.
don't know.
God, and how, let's just say guys who make six figures and make six figures, run businesses, run things. People answer to them. There's a certain mindset that they are used to when they want to talk. And they don't want to feel like they have to dumb down their conversation for anyone because to them, why should I dumb down anything?
Yeah.
You should be able, if you're saying you're high value, if you're saying, and I hate that damn term high value, but if you're saying that you are top tier, then you know about all the discussions we should have about top tier.
You should.
You should hear. You should know. It's like if you go and order a steak, you should know the wine that goes at the particular steak. You shouldn't be like, well, what we having? Or we having scrimp tonight? Oh God, scrimp. That's it. You're going home. That's it. We're finished. Yep, it's been great. I'm gonna call you every now and then if I take you to Red Lobster and get some scrimp.
So you don't want to take me out because I can't pronounce shrimp. That's what you said. I gotta go back.
No. You mess up some words.
We could do DoorDash and Netflix.
That's it. That's DoorDash and Netflix. That's it. Because that's going to explain to me where you are. And if you're not that, I don't want to even say illiterate. It's not even illiterate. If you don't have that skill, don't go there. Some people use the words just trying to impress people, but you don't know how you're using the words. Like,
yes.
No, don't do that.
Yes, just don't use it.
Don't do it.
Just
I respect you better. Just go ahead and talk to me normally, and we can go from there. But that's what these guys are looking for. They're looking for those type of women. And again, it's not about I got this or I got that. These guys want to know when they come in there with you on their arm that people can look at you and say, "Hey, he got something." She good. So now you're in like Flint, because if you're not, he's never gonna bring you. So that's the thing I think a lot of women need to understand.
I think that's fair though.
But a lot of women keep thinking because they look a certain way, they have kids and all that, they should be with this kind of guy, but they don't understand the mentality of that guy. And again, it's not about it should never be about her looks or any of that. But guys that make that kind of money, if you look at that money, they think differently. It's like they're having discussions about crypto. They're having discussions about how to make more money. How do we do certain things. This is a general conversation that we have. And if you're bored, if you're sitting there like, oh my God, what the hell are they talking about? Then they're gonna look at you. They're not gonna. They'll never say the people that they're dealing with will never say anything to him at the table. But in private, who the hell is that? Man, she don't know nothing. That goddamn, she don't know a
So
goddamn
you
thing.
gonna let your girlfriends talk about me over brandy? That's what
Over brandy and a nice cigar. Then we're gonna sit back. We're gonna smoke. We're gonna say, man, she's beautiful. Yeah, man, but she lacked when it came to a lot of other things, man.
Listen to a few
few
subjects.
yeah,
so short.
and then you gotta ask yourself the question,
Mm-hmm.
like, am I willing to keep her around? Am I willing to teach her?
Mm-hmm.
If
That's
she
a
has
lot of stuff to be taught, though. Like,
But if you're a guy who's a good guy, and
mm-hmm.
forget high value, a good guy who really wants somebody to be with him, someone he can grow with. You may not be where he's at, but he may say, you know what? You see the qualities in you that make him want to say, you know what? I think I can be where we can grow together. So that means he's willing to take the opportunity and the chance to teach you and bring you around to friends. And if your friends start seeing you around, then they realize, oh, she's not one and done. She's actually going to be here, and they're going to respect you for that. And now they're going to go out their way to explain things and stuff.
So now we're growing together.
Now we're growing together.
Right
but
back there.
you have to understand that if you're not there, don't go there and try to perpetrate. Don't go there and you hear him talking, you want to throw 2 cents. And you do better by saying nothing. If you just sit there and nod and you sip and you nod, interesting, okay. And then what you need to do is do your homework after that. Because the other thing is, you may talk about that later on.
You got to brush up a little bit.
Hey,
you better come prepared.
You better
to
come
hang out
prepared.
with this crowd.
You better come
Absolutely.
there because they test you. It's a testing thing. And so when you want to be in that world, they're going to test you to be in that world. It's just the way it is. So I'm telling all these beautiful women out here that's looking for that damn high value, good guy who happens to make good money, that's kind of what you're going to deal with, because those are real conversations that happen. I mean, we won't say it in front of you again, but we would talk to him like, man, she's nice. Where's she from? Where she go to school at? What she do for a living? These are things that we're going to
again defining us by.
Exactly. And to say she good enough to be here, to yourself, you would never tell him, because as guys, we won't come out and say, man, I wouldn't hang with her. She's fine, but man, she ain't got nothing going on. We won't do that. We just say, hey, you happy? You good?
That's your business.
That's your business, man. I ain't got nothing you don't do with that. But again, if I bring my wife or my significant other and she start rapping and talking to her, because what's going to happen is the women are going to meet.
Yeah.
And then what's going to happen is when they start talking.
We're going to start judging.
And when, baby, I didn't know she was that dumb.
Yeah,
what do you mean dumb?
I didn't know. She was super pretty. I thought she was just as smart as she was pretty. And then she started talking and he was, oh, God, okay.
Exactly.
What is he doing with her? Okay.
Exactly. So, that's kind of, for women, just, again, learn who you are. And once you know who you are, and love who you are, or don't love who you are and make the change, we love that. Guys, we want to see you trying.
You said don't know.
Don't know who you are, because, again, so many women become, and a lot of people in general, just become, they just are chameleons.
Okay.
And they become chameleons, and they keep changing, that eventually they don't know who they are.
Yeah.
Because you've changed so much for so many people. Who are you? What you want me to be? I want you to be you.
Defined by your relationship, in other words.
Exactly. And defined by your relationship rather than anything else. Because that's what you ultimately you want. I want her. And what makes her? She's great personality. She has a great smile. She's loving heart. She treat people well. She respects people. That's what you're buying. You're buying that. You're not buying the look. Because over time, things change. A lot of things can happen. Accident, disease, anything. So you just based on how she looked, and that's it. You don't have anything. You have to love who she is internally, but she has to know who she is. Because she's been adjusting herself to everybody else. You start asking those hard questions, she can't give you any answers because she doesn't know who she is. So women need to take that time. And, a lot of people talking about, my esteem is low, blah, blah, blah. Get up every day and just look in the mirror and say, I love myself. You are loved. You deserve love and you deserve respect. You can, and that's not something you just say. I can't do it every day. When you get up and brush your teeth, take a shower, put your clothes on, sitting in the car, just tell yourself every single day that I love myself, I deserve to be loved, and I'm not settling for anything less. Just keep doing that, and over time you start to believe it, because that's what you have to build a habit. Because if enough people tell you when you're little, you're ugly, you're stupid like such and such, that sticks with you. That's the trauma that sticks with a lot
So
of
you're
women.
saying reprogramming.
Have to. You have to. And when you do that, then you're going to say, okay, I start doing things for myself. I start to eat right. I start to carry myself a certain with my head up. I just carry myself a particularly way. And that's what you have to do. And if you do that, you start seeing the circle change, because people who really want to be around you to use you won't be around you long, because your mindset is different. You don't think that way anymore. Then, girl, what's wrong with you? What happened to you? Wait, you mess with somebody? Listen, I'm just loving myself. Hey, you act like that before, and now all of a sudden she gonna have a problem with you. You start dressing up, looking a certain way, doing a certain thing.
Now you're trying to be too fancy.
You're too
now
fancy.
You're the
Now
fancy
you
one
bougie.
in the group.
Oh,
Yeah,
now you
the
ain't trying to
bougie
be
one
better
in the
than.
group.
No, I just want to be happy. I just want to be happy. And I think if a lot of people really do that work and understand that you have to do the work to become happy and to become who you're going to become, then it'd be a lot easier. Then we can just go ahead and say, hey, let's just work on ourselves. You have to work on yourself every day too. It's not once in a while. And, I feel good now. No, it's consistently. You have to be consistent about telling yourself how you love yourself and make the changes you need to make. You got to change some of your bonehead friends. Change them. If you can't, you ain't got to talk. Hey, if your parents are the one that tearing you down, don't talk to them either. Hey, mom and daddy, you tearing me down. I can't have that. Come on now.
In other words, make the real decisions and choices needed for the change.
Real decisions,
right?
and that means you're gonna stumble on a lot of feelings, but it doesn't matter. The only feeling that really matters is yours. You're not telling them to go screw themselves. You're just saying, I'm gonna work on unscrewing myself. So, I don't know how you go. I don't really care how you take it, because I'm a grown person who had to live with myself. When I get up every day, I have to look at myself in the mirror. I have to carry myself in this world a certain way. I can't work with mama. If I think this way, mama gonna think a certain way. It doesn't really matter, because they raised you. Best way they could. And if you realize I gotta change something, change it. That's good. And it may happen when you're in a relationship. You may realize that ain't the dude for me. Because when you realize, you start looking at yourself, say, damn, why am I in this relationship? He ain't really the guy I want. He served a purpose when I was that person. I'm now this person.
As you grew.
And you got to say, I got to get out of this, which means it goes back to communication, which a lot of people don't do. A lot of people don't communicate. They just assume,
because it's not easy. You just referenced the relationship. You grew. Somebody didn't grow. And then you were just like, hey, let's sit down and talk about how I'm going to exit this situation.
Yes.
Well, you were purposeful before.
Yep.
You're just not purposeful now.
Exactly. Because you grow.
So you just politely let them go.
You have to.
Real polite. That's
and it may not go as easy, but you're going to have to.
That's it right there. That's it right there. It's just not going to go as easy.
Yeah, and you gotta be cool with that, and you have to. Well, you should understand the person. If the person that you're having this conversation with is really invested in you, then you're like, okay, this ain't a.
Because you have to understand when we're referencing growth, right?
Yep.
There was some time there, right? So they better be vested, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Sit them down. Like you said them. You said it. Sit them down.
Sit them down. Have a conversation with them, and then you have to separate that, which is again hard. But that's what you have to do.
Just necessary.
You have to. Or you'll live your life in misery. Yeah. Who the hell wants to live miserable? People live miserable now. People drink, get high, shoot drugs, do all that stuff just because their ass is miserable. Look, I can't say no other way their ass is miserable. And then wake up every goddamn day with a fifth. Talking about, damn.
Take
Monday.
away the misery. That's what they say.
Yes. People can live in a liquor store and get tight. Because they're miserable. People. Last year was the highest number of overdose ever. More people committed overdose last year than before. Now, of course, it was a lot that had to do with the crazy pandemic that's going on, but also then when people be by themselves, you had to be by yourself. You could go work. You could go work, laugh at your crazy friend at work, come home and sip a little bit. But now you ain't got to go work. You're home every day. Now you look at your life. You say, oh, my God, my life is going to hell in a handbasket. What the hell am I living this fake-ass life for? I'm barely making ends meet. My girl don't like me. I don't like the people I'm hanging
You
around.
just found that out.
You drink your, see, but going to work and sipping at home,
Yeah.
you kind of push that off. Now you're home. You're like, oh,
now you
Lord.
gotta deal with it.
I got to deal with me. I got to deal with me now. I can't just hide from me. I got to deal with me. So now I'm miserable. And I got to drink, I mean, every day. I got a nip. I got to drink a fifth. I got to do something because I'm miserable. Or I'm going to shoot somebody. And I don't want to shoot nobody. I just got to figure out in my head what's going on. But, you know, these are things people have to do. You have to go and reach out for help. You know, a lot of people will reach out for church. Hey, if it works for you, that's fine. Then
too for some time now.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So you can't reach a church.
Now weekly recharge space. Yeah.
Now you can't do that. So you just wallowing in your world, and it's like, damn, what do I do? And people right now, as we're talking this, somebody got a fifth in their hand right now saying, God damn, Em, you right. So what I need to do? You need to figure out where are you in the scan of cracked, broken, shattered. And once you understand that, then you can start putting in that work. So, but people got to start doing the work. People don't want to do the work, but you got to do the work to get it better. You have to. Which means you got to look around you. You got to change things around you, and you got to make that change. Hard, but you got to do it.
It is hard. I don't think most of us want anything that's easy.
No, you can't use a pill. A pill's not going to solve this problem. A shot not going to solve this problem. It's actually doing the work I said in the very first episode. You have to sit down and get a notepad or journal. Write down what you want. What do you really want in your life? Right now, where are you and where you want to go? That's the first thing you have to write down. Not in your head, because your head is too much going on. You got too much noise in your head anyway. So you need to write this down. And then once you write it down, you can come with a plan. You got to have a plan. You got to have a mission, a vision, and a purpose. Right. And you have to lay that down. So that's with everything and everybody. When it comes to relationships, when it comes to everything, people around you. And again, you got to get rid of some people. You got to get rid of them. Again, you have to live with yourself. You have to live with yourself. And if you can't live with yourself, then you need to do something.
You got to adjust accordingly, in other words.
You have to adjust accordingly, and it's going to take time. So, again, if you get up every morning with some mantras of telling you, you know, you are loved, I am loved, I love myself, and I deserve to be loved, just say those simple things every day. If you write it down in your book, every day you write it down so you can look at it. Say it in the car. And that way, at least you start to change the mindset of you. You start to change how you think about yourself and how you think about your day will go better. Because when you say that to yourself, stuff at work is not going to bother you. People are not going to bother you. Because you're like, listen, I'm not going to allow anybody to get under my skin because nobody's worthy for me to get upset over. I'm not going to spend my time to get upset of something you said because you said something crazy. That's you.
Absolutely.
Why am I have you control me?
Absolutely.
Or control my thoughts? So, no, like I said, girl, on that point, I'm going to leave everybody with work on yourself.
Yeah.
Handle yourself. Take care of yourself. Put the fifth down. Put down the nips and actually enjoy. Find out what you are. Stop being a chameleon and find out who you really are. So I'm going to say this, another beautiful episode with the T.
Absolutely.
Always a pleasure.
Enjoyed you.
My peoples, as I said before, always overcome to become and overcome all to become one.